Well, Hunter Biden published this very cryptic and strange video, and the internet is speculating, what is this all about? Is this that he's got no longer a Secret Service, or he is just on his own, he's all alone, he wants to inspire pity? So we are gonna be looking at the circumstances that surround this strange video, and also, of course, his body language as well. Hello and welcome back, my body language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy, and remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my body language analysis and tips. Let's get down to it. Well, the first clue that we have that this has to do with his Secret Service going away is that, well, Donald Trump just found out very recently, and when he found out, it was really funny because you could see his reaction, well, just getting to know that Hunter Biden had 18 Secret Service members. So, yeah, that was pretty much as like a shock to him.
Well, we have done that with many. I would say if there are 18 with Hunter Biden, that will be something I'll look at this afternoon. Okay? Sir? I just heard about it for the first time. So you have 18 Secret Service going. Where is he exactly?
In South Africa.
In South Africa. And South Africa, you know, is on a watch list. You know that. Because what they're doing to people is brutal. And I've stopped having money go to South Africa. You know that. Billions of dollars. So he's in South Africa. That's very interesting. All right, I'm going to take a look at that. Thank you very much.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, 5 minutes later, find out Hunter Biden has had Secret Service protection for an extended period of time, all paid for by the United States taxpayer. There are as many as 18 people on this detail, which is ridiculous. He is currently vacationing in, of all places, South Africa, where the human rights of people has been strenuously questioned. Yeah, it's for a white guy being in South Africa nowadays. Well, it's a bit dangerous. Because of this, South Africa has been taken off our list of countries receiving economic and financial assistance. Please be advised that effective immediately, you can imagine that like his Secret Service just went away. Hey, we're gonna pack our bags and so long, farewell. Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Likewise, Ashley Biden, who has 13 agents, 13 will be taken off the list. And the funniest part is that you can see the instant in which Donald Trump realizes, wait a second, 18 Secret Service members for Hunter Biden? And you see his face, you see that expression. There's something that we do with our eyes when we realize something. Not only I've told you that when we process information, we blink, we also do something besides blinking, which is that our eyes relax and we tend to look into the distances, which we might be, imagining the circumstances, or maybe we are, let's say, doing the calculations, doing the math, and maybe Trump was doing the math of how many Secret Service members, and just the same math that Mustang 7292 did, at an average of $130,000 to $140,000 in total compensation per agent per year, and using the lower figure, it comes just over $4 million a year. Odds are that money will be spent on those same agents used elsewhere, but at least it will be to the benefit of U.S. taxpayers. I have an idea for this. Hearing aids for senators. And I know what I'm talking about, and you will understand once you watch this clip.
Kentucky, or talk to him about it being a bad policy at all?
My hearing is not what it used to be.
Tariffs, Senator. Your comment is about tariffs. Tariffs. Comment about tariffs.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan of tariffs. I hope it works.
Yeah, in defense of Mitch, at least he did not glitch for 30 seconds. He was just well, this a moment of hard of hearing. I'm sure that he's gonna like take that back somehow, maybe with a device or something. I don't know. But I'm worried that he's not a fan of turfs on whatever he pronounced it that way. So I guess that he is not a fan of J.K. Rowling either. As it's such a shame because she's such a great writer. But then we have the cryptic video. We come back to the cryptic video of Hunter Biden, and we see is precisely that he is trying to show us around his house, as in there's nobody in there, like to demonstrate. By the way, this is not his house. We're gonna find out that this is a villa that he has rented. But what is the point of doing this video? Because if you had a Secret Service, or if you were with anybody, let's say some visitors or some friends at your home or at your rented villa, you could just tell them, hey, you know what? Let's, you might go into the bathroom for a minute. Just all of you go into the bathroom, and because I have to do something. I have to do something in the living room. I have to film a video. I'm thinking about a career as a YouTuber. So yeah, it's as simple as that. So what are you trying to prove with this? It's the thing that I did not understand. But the thing that we know is that thanks to Laura Loomer, is that the guy was trying to hide in South Africa, and let's say that he was not as broke as he was claiming. Exclusive in an international investigation with my contacts on the ground in Cape Town, South Africa, I have captured exclusive photos of Hunter Biden this morning with his Secret Service detail, proving that he fled the country right after he was served a deposition notice on his failed laptop lawsuit in February 25. I exclusively reported this over a week ago, and the media ignored it and doubted my claims that Hunter Biden was still getting U.S. Secret Service protection since Joe Biden is no longer in the White House as president. And Laura, how would you know that this guy is Secret Service? This gentleman next to Hunter in a couple of pictures. How would you know that? And well, yeah, Laura has the receipts because it was rather easy to find pictures in which, well, he was around the White House. Hunter Biden was around the White House. And, well, the same gentleman was next to him. So we can, that is further proof that he was using, up to the moment that Donald Trump found out he was using the Secret Service. But now, remember that he has claimed that he can't afford to continue this laptop-related lawsuit. He's broke then? And how can he afford a villa in South Africa? This significant decrease in revenue has also impacted my ability to pay off my significant debt, which, as has been reported in the press, as being several $1 million. Maybe you could sell more of your art. I'm not going to show you the art. I'm not that bad. I'm not going to torture you. As a result of this, I am not in a position where I can borrow money. In addition to the significant decrease in income and my debt, my lack of financial resources has been exacerbated by the fires in the Pacific Palisades in early January, which has rendered my rental house unlivable for an extended period of time. And like many others in that situation, I am having difficulty in finding a new permanent place to live. Maybe you can ask Gavin Newsom if he does the maracas thing as he's talking to you. I don't know. Ultimately, this dismissal is necessary so I can focus my time and resources dealing with my relocation, the damage I and my family have incurred, blah, blah, blah. So, something I haven't really shown you this is the sound. Let's listen at this. I'm going to shut up for a second. I'm going to play this with the sound. Yeah, one of the things that we could, not hear or we could notice is that it was extremely silent. The only sounds we heard was from the door opening or his hand getting in the way of the phone. But there were no voices, neither inside the house or outside the house. It was a really quiet neighborhood. That's how we know it was not Medellin or something. It would be Vallenato playing out loud on the street. But one of the things that I noticed, and many people are noticing as well, is that the way that his facial expression, especially in this exact frame, this is one of the few frames right before he goes out of the house. You can see very clearly his pupils. You know that many people were saying that, oh, he is intoxicated as well. Well, his pupils, to be fair, they look more or less, let's say, a normal size for what would be the lighting conditions at that moment. His facial expression, on the other hand, you know that we have seen Hunter in a couple times, and we are going to compare his body language, this body language, with his usual baseline in other moments, especially at the White House. More of that in a minute. But you can just see from this instant, this screenshot, that this guy, the years have not only the years, but the baby powder. We will be talking about the baby powder also in a minute. The years have weighed on him, and he has this permanent, like, pity expression. Maybe he wants to inspire pity. That's why he uploaded this video. Oh, look how lonely I am. Look how vulnerable I am. We are still not buying it, but he's trying to project that with his face. And by the way, if you want to learn how to read faces with extreme accuracy, I have my complete guide to read face emotions in the description of this video. So make sure you check it out and download it, because it will help you read faces like a professional. Go get it. So continuing with the video itself and realizing what he wanted to do, I see that he was wearing some, let's say, regular clothes, it's like earth colors, like, oh, I'm a regular man, I haven't shaved, look at myself. It's like his eyes are a bit teary. I really try to take a look at the surroundings, at the background. In many instances, like this one, I see everything really clean. Like there's not much going on in here. It looks like a sink and a coffee maker. You usually think that a kitchen, if you're living at a house, you're gonna see things a bit more, I don't know, disorganized. It's like the table. Just talking about the table. We're gonna be talking about a table. I see this kind of things. It's like I don't know if some kind of decor, or maybe you in the comments can help me identify what is this, because I couldn't tell what was this right on top of the table. I thought for a minute this could be a backpack, but then I didn't get what was this kind of a stick protruding out of it. So yeah, maybe you know what this is, and you can help me in the comments. That would be really helpful. Outside of that, was a really plain villa. It is strange that for a rented villa has no art whatsoever. It's a lack of decoration in the walls, and of course outside. Well, this could be a bit dangerous, Hunter. It's like people can determine where you are just by this. And well, this is a far cry from those times in which he was literally enjoying himself at the White House. Here's deadbeat Hunter Biden, embroiled in a massive family-wide corruption scandal. This was from June 2023. Rubbing elbows at last night's White House state dinner. And you remember these clips. You remember we watched them back then. Oh, he was still admired. He was still in power, so to speak. He was having all this illustrator gesture, this upright posture, We could have said that this guy was embroiled in, those crimes that people are accusing him of. None of that is real, of course. Hey, come here. What are they talking about? They're talking about what could, he's blowing kisses. Blowing kisses, like having a lot of fun. Maybe people were asking him for my cocaine, but I don't know. Maybe look at that smile. Look at that smile. Yeah, those were other times, especially the smile of confidence, that genuine smile that he was, showing at that moment. That smile came at a price. You want to watch how did he get that smile? You don't want to know. I'm going to show you either way. I saw this, so you will have to see it as well. I am like this. I did not torture you with his artwork. I'm torturing you just a bit. This is fair. But those times at the White House, there were also these events when they were looking at fireworks. You remember, right? That he had this manic strange body language, and I got confused when I was making this video. At some point I said that, okay, is this that moment? Oh no, this is a different one. Ashley Biden is having quite a night, it seems. Kamala is hopping, Crook Joe goes off into that good night. And they were talking about Ashley Biden because for some reason she was dancing, not paying attention to the fireworks, and kind of twerking, even if white ladies cannot twerk. But she was doing her best. I don't know. We don't know how much baby powder we were talking about in here, but she was having fun. Hey, to the floor. Right to the floor. But no, the right moment that we were talking about is this. Did you remember this? In which Hunter was a bit manic, sweaty, and doing an Amber Heard behind the scenes. I think that I always thought that Jill knew what was going on. I'm pretty sure that she knew what was going on. And she had that face. Oh my God, maybe if I look at the fireworks, Hunter will go away. Hunter will disappear. And that was another, not gonna lie, that was a good technique, wearing that kind of dresses. So, the media garner all the attention of the media, so nobody pay attention to Hunter. But you cannot beat the internet. And yes, that's when we saw Hunter that maybe he was asking for my cocaine, and he goes away. He does a very subtle Amber Heard, and it's like Jill is trying to just pretend that he was not there. And speaking of, the baby powder, the small bag of cocaine, found in the White House library just happened to be in the same room where Hunter Biden used his laptop. Immediately following the evacuation of the Secret Service, the Secret Service assumed it belonged to Hunter. The White House attempted to discredit reports from the hazmat team that the unknown substance was baby powder. It was, again, a month after that party that he was at the White House, July 2023. And it is my question. Everybody talks about Hunter's laptop, but it is not only what was inside the laptop, but we should be talking about what was outside the laptop. Did anybody, look for, let's say, fingerprints on the laptop? I guess they did, right? I guess they did they look for all the clues. And all the proof that said laptop was at that moment, at that place in time, and what that laptop included. It's not only inside but outside. But going back to the family matters, you know that the Biden family has been quite a hack in many ways. We got this at some point. Exclusive. Peter Schweizer. The dam is starting to break on Biden family corruption. And, it was not surprising that for all that was happening, at least Biden had some heart at some point. He had some heart. A voicemail from 2018 with Joe Biden telling his son, Hunter Biden, to get some help. Joe was telling Hunter to get some help, literally 3 days after Hunter had lied about his drug addiction on his federal gun form. I'm telling you, this family is something else. We don't need gun control, we need Democrat control. This is the video.
Hey, it's Dad again. I'm down at Newport News, Virginia. It's about 4 o'clock. Just call and check. Just text me or something to let me know you're okay? I love you. It's Dad. I called to tell you I love you. I love you more than the whole world, pal. I gotta get some help. I don't know what to do. I know you don't either, but I'm here no matter what you need. No matter what you need, I love you.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Joe Biden, in between all this, was telling his son back in 2018, get some help. Please, get some help. And to be fair, Hunter went and he found some help. He spent thousands of dollars on help. And we guess that help, was nurturing and enlightening and was some kind of change in his life, or no? Or maybe. But going back to Biden, let's go back to Joe Biden for a minute. You know that the JFK files are all the rage nowadays, right? And in those JFK files, those 80,000 documents, 80,000 pages of documents have been released. JFK Jr., by the way, so many people having trouble understanding that JFK and JFK Jr. are two different people. Let's call JFK Jr. John John. John sent a letter to then Delaware Senator Joseph Biden back in 1994. Dear Senator Biden, that dear sounds like with all due respect, right? Dear Senator Biden, you are a traitor. So John knew all the way back to 1994 that Biden was into bad things. That John was considering running for senator of New York in 1999, but as everybody knows, he died in that tragic plane accident. It was cutting a life short, a very promising political career, and it's such a how to say this. It was Hillary, the one who finally got that Senate seat of New York. I guess it was a coincidence. There's nothing to see here. Let's move on. So going back to the Biden family, that has been totally crazy stuff has been happening. We also have the fact that Trump calls Biden's pardons, the January 6th committee, Fauci, Hunter Biden, void because of the out-of-pen use. But at the same time, we need to remember, hey, wait a second. He signed a pardon for Hunter. Didn't he say back in the day that he was not going to pardon his son?
As we sit here in Normandy, your son Hunter is on trial, and I know that you cannot speak about an ongoing federal prosecution. But let me ask you, will you accept the jury's outcome, their verdict, no matter what it is?
Yes.
And have you ruled out a pardon for your son?
Yes.
No, it's not like rule out, not exactly. And speaking of those pardons, I found out it's really funny that this is Willie Frank Peterson. He was just arrested for possessing baby powder, hydrocodone, marijuana, and 2 counts of illegally possessing a firearm. Biden's out-of-pen commuted his sentence just 2 months ago. He's now back in prison. So yeah, the out-of-pen scandal goes on, and right now we don't know what's going to happen with Hunter. Now that the being broke is not really flying. The Secret Service is gone, the pardon is gonna be void. It's gonna be very interesting. Like I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be seeing many more strange videos from Hunter Biden from now on. Maybe to inspire pity, maybe to distract. Maybe he could wear one of those dresses from his mother. Maybe that would help. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the body language guy. Much love and bliss.